Hey there, NFL football fans. This is the lovely Rita Sanchez, aka your option football champ for the 2023 NFL season. I'm inviting you to join us for the 2024 option, where we pick the winning teams for each week's matchups and compete against each other to see whose picks reign supreme. Are you in? Head over to CBS Sports and search for the Option 2024 League, or hit the link in the bio on the Fade Route socials and join today. It's for free. Pick a witty name, some winning teams, and I'll see you out there for week 1.
It's Red Light, Green Light 1, 2, 3 with D and Z. Here are your hosts, D and Z. Welcome everybody to Red Light, Green Light 1, 2, 3 with D and Z. I am Z, and here's how it goes. D and I give you our top 1, 2, 3 fantasy starts or green lights, and our top 1, 2, 3 fantasy sits or red lights. We're going to start with our green lights first. Who are your green lights for NFL Week 7, D?
All right, so my first green light is the Broncos defense. They're playing on Thursday. There's no Chris Olave against the Saints. And there's no Chris Olave playing for the Saints. He's probably going to have a concussion and not be out of the game. They have Spencer Rattler making his second start. And the Broncos D is ferocious. So give me the Broncos D. Number 2, I've got Tank Bigsby. NTN is doubtful for the game in London. Tank has been having a good year, and I think he'll play excellent on Sunday. And it's Tank Bigsby with the Jacksonville Jaguars, who will be playing the Patriots over in London. And number 3, I've got T. Higgins. He's leading the Bengals in targets since returning from his hamstring injury. And the Bengals tend to throw the ball a lot regardless of who they're playing, and they're playing the Browns this weekend. Z, what do you have?
I am going to start with Drake May against the Jaguars. Saw good things. Did not result in a win, but you figure the Patriots are going to do well against the mediocre Jacksonville Jaguars. So look for Drake May to have a similar stat line on Sunday morning. Number 2. Give me Malik Nabers against the Philadelphia Eagles. He's back. And him being back opens up this offense to explosive plays, possibly giving Tyrone Tracy opportunity to have a big day as well. But expect big things from Malik Nabers. And number 3, Austin Eckler versus the Panthers. Brian Robinson's out, means more carries from Austin Eckler, which means more points on the board. Those are our green lights. Who are your red lights, D?
Alright, my first one is Tyreek Hill.
Yeah.
Wide receiver of the Miami Dolphins. I just don't see a reason to start him until he has a competent quarterback. It's just really hard to see, even against the Colts this weekend. Number 2, I have Andy Dalton, quarterback of the Carolina Panthers. I had someone start Andy Dalton against me. Not a good idea. Do not start Andy Dalton at all. I know he had one really good game. Just not smart, man. Just not smart.
What was a bye week cover?
And yeah.
Well, who was the starter?
Who was the starter? Oh, the starter was Anthony Richardson.
Oh, fuck. You have no quarterback.
Yeah.
You have no...
Right. But that's not the route to go, man. It's not the route to go. Number 3, I have Brandon Ayuk. He just does not seem to have it going this year. 49ers are struggling offensively without Christian McCaffrey. Regardless, they're playing the Chiefs this weekend, and the Chiefs have a good defense. What do you got, Z?
Until further notice, you sit Deshaun Watson. Just sit him.
No, just get him off your team.
Like, do what you got to do. You're not tied to him the way that the Cleveland exactly. You don't owe him that money. Cleveland does. Fantasy owners, you don't owe him a thing. and he's not doing anything to give you a positive return on your investment. So I would say, yeah, you can have a seat on the bench, Mr. Watson. Number 2, take your pick. Anybody on the Raiders. Take your pick, because they are in fucking free fall already. O'Connell, Minshew, Adams is gone. So who's your number 1 receiver out there? Jacoby Myers? Jacoby Myers? Really? Like, no. Every single goddamn Raiders offensive player is a sit. Absolutely do not start a Raider. If you have to start a Raider, reevaluate your team. Thank you for coming to my TED.
I award you no points. And they got
Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. And then number 3, you can't start the Jets defense against the Steelers. You can't. This is a fucking clown show. It is an absolute fucking shit show of an organization. It's a shit show of a defense. It's a shit show of an offense. It's a shit show of a season. So that's where they are right now. Gangrene. Why do you think they're called gangrene? Because it's an infection. It's a goddamn infection, and they need to cut that infection out. It's a problem. It's a major league problem, and there is no end in sight. Sorry, Jet fans. They are a sit. An absolute sit. Those are our red lights. Those are our green lights. What are yours? Hit us up, faderoutemail@gmail.com. Slide in our DMs on IG at FadeRoutePodcast, or drop us a line on X at FadeRouteDNZ. It's time for us to run the go route again. We'll talk to you next week. Thanks for listening to this episode of our podcast. If you liked what you heard and you want to hear more, be sure to like and subscribe on your favorite podcast platform. Leave us a review, rate us 5 stars, turn on subscription notifications, and share on social media. Tell your friends and spread the word.